Hello and welcome to Dr. Nora's Clinic. Today we're going to be playing 2 Point Hospital, which is, as you know, a recreation of Theme Hospital. It's one of the reasons why I went into medicine in the first place. As some of you know already, I'm a general practitioner and I also train and teach cosmetic injectables. Now, before moving to Australia, I was a full-time doctor working for the National Health Service in the United Kingdom, going through different aspects of medicine ranging from breast surgery to colorectal surgery and even infectious diseases, where I treated a patient that suffered from Ebola. Yes, that is right. So playing Theme Hospital as a kid made me kind of understand and grasp how hospitals work and how wards work as well, and how to deal with epidemics in the hospital. And you can imagine the delight I had when I heard that a brand new game was hitting the market called 2 Point Hospital 2018. Oh my gosh, I am literally the first person to buy this game, and I cannot wait to share with you my ins and outs and how I play it, and my insights as well as a doctor of how realistic it actually is and what is it like playing this game versus real life being a doctor. Alright guys, I think there's only one thing left to do, and that is to hit the play button. Let's go. Play. Play 2 Point Hospital. Oh yes. P.S. I bought this game from Australia, which, as some of you will know, is probably one of the most expensive places to buy games. Yes, the dedication is there. P.P.S. Make sure that you always play games responsibly, taking regular breaks every 20 to 30 minutes. Let's hit it. Preparing to launch 2 Point Hospital. Oh, I'm so excited. I remember the guy with Sega. I remember the guy with the nutty professor, and he had like his drawing board and he used to hit the thing and... Okay, general blurb about, ownership. My adrenaline is pumping. This is better than any ward round. Okay, nice chill hospital music. Start new game.
At 2 Point Hospital, over 52% of our patients believe they leave healthier than when they arrived. Our precisely calibrated equipment is operated by compassionate healthcare practitioners, many of whom have even been to medical school or watched ER. If you suffer from turtle head, let us ease your worries and noggin gently out of your body. Chest infection is no laughing matter. Put your trust and oversized shoes in our capable hands. We're building a brighter, safer future, and hardly anything will stand in our way. You deserve the best. So join us at 2 Point Hospital. We're open for new staff, new patients, and a new you. Can I go play golf yet? I'm teeing off at 3.
I love it. They said that some of their doctors went to medical school and 50% of their patients come out feeling happier and healthier. That is not a reflection of real life. Hopefully. All right, here we go. Welcome to 2 Point County. I'm Albert Crank. I'll be your trusty advisor on this journey. Okay, thank you, Albert Crank. This is Hogspool, and here's your first hospital. Click on it to get started. Hogspool. Begin your career as a hospital administrator. Learn the basics of the job, establishing your first hospital. I have to say, some of the hospital administrators they often get paid a lot more than even the consultants in hospitals. That is a very, very important job. It's my honour to be a hospital administrator right now. Welcome to 2 Point. Are you ready to start building your first hospital and curing some patients? Hell yeah. Okay, first thing, we need a reception. Of course you need a reception. You're going to have a receptionist as well. So here we go, items, reception. Okay, $1,000, that's actually quite cheap. Okay, done, reception done. Great, we need an assistant to run reception. Let's hire one now. Oh, this will be fun. Dave Shambles. Do I want a shambles, a flush, or a baffle? Whew, okay, let's see. Let's go for Mr. Shambles. He sounds like the kind of dude I want to hire. High energy but a weak bladder and has good memories. That sounds about right. Okay guys, this is the most important part of the hospital, okay? After you have done the receptionist, The next important person in the hospital is the general practitioner's office. So for that, I think I'm going to be quite kind and I'm going to build myself the ideal GP room. Yes, let's do it. I'm going to kick this out with, like, you know, a flat screen TV. I love windows in my own practice, so like I'm just going to use up all of the window spaces. If I can get this to work. There we go. And of course, size is of the essence. Happy big rooms equals happy GP. There we go. The really important thing with any general practitioner's consultation room is that the desk should be next to the door, so you don't have to walk very far. Hacks right there. Okay, what else do I have to do? What's this? Done. Woo, that was so good. My room is huge. Doctor Whom, excellent. Now we'll need a doctor. I got one. It'll be me. Okay, let's have a look. See if this guy's gone to medical school. Right, we've got Dr. Gamgee, Nora Asparagus, and Alfred Bigley. So there's someone from Donald Trump. There is my namesake called Nora Asparagus. I think she's actually the most expensive as well. I'm saying something. I'm going to need to get her. I'm going to need to get her. She will work for peanuts. She's a litterer and she leaves the bag in. Don't know what that means. Oh, of tea. Okay. It's not very cool. Go on, Dr. Nora. Dr. Nora looks really ugly. Good news, our hospital is open for business. Patients are starting to arrive. After they register at reception, they'll be sent to the GP for a diagnosis. Of course, because GPs are the portal for everyone's care. Yes. GPs forever. Right. So my first patient has come. They're walking through the doors right now. They're going to hit the receptionist and say, I'm feeling a bit sick today. I've got a bit of a cough, a cold, a runny nose, fever. What should I do now? Go and see the GP. Okay, so Dr. Nora is just pacing up and down her room because she wants to get her steps up. She needs to look slim and good. Patient's entering into the consultation room. Yes, how can I help today, doctor? Patient. Diagnosis. Okay, prompt diagnosis. I like Dr. Nora, she's good. Okay, so we've diagnosed our first patient. Let's take a look and see what that diagnosis is. The GP has sent you a message. Have a look at the message list and then you'll have to go to a pharmacy. So let's have a look. Dr. Nora has prescribed grout. Okay, grout is frequently grout, just like tile grout. Grout is frequently transmitted in bathrooms, and modern medication is effective, unlike earlier times when it had to be dug out painfully with a screwdriver. The patient is seeking treatment. We will need a pharmacy in order to treat them. It will cost $7,000 to build. What would you like to do? I'm thinking that we ought to build a pharmacy to treat grout. And I think they're playing on the name of gout, which is a medical condition where joint inflammation happens mainly in middle-aged men who have a big beer belly, eat lots of red meat, and they need medication to help the pain go away. Either way, let's build a pharmacy. So the second most important person is a nurse, according to this game. Got to build a pharmacy. I'm going to build my pharmacy next to the GP's office, because I think that's cool. And the pharmacy doesn't need to be that big, you know, it's just got a medicine cabinet in it. That's about it. Done. Whew, that was quick. So now I need to hire a nurse for the pharmacy, which is unusual because usually you hire a pharmacist for the, but then it is 2-point hospital and 50% of people do have a medical degree, so yeah. Hire nurses. We've got Betty Pyramid, Benjamin Plunge, and Violet Purple. They all sound terrible, but I'm going to go for Miss Purple because she's got a cool name. She's hygienic and she's also curious about taxidermy, so in her spare time, she likes killing animals. All right, there we go. Nurses in the pharmacy, guys. Okay, so we've got everything we need to diagnose and cure a simple illness. Let's see if our new staff are up to the task. Okay, they're spinning the medication around. There's a bit of a centrifuge going on. Pharmacist is saying, you know, drink the medicine. Cured. There we have it. Our first patient has been cured from grout. There we go. If you really do want to treat your gout, then see a doctor and stop eating lots of red meat and lots of alcohol consumption, and get some good pain relief on board. Okay, so by curing patients, we can actually improve reputation. The third important person in the hospital is the janitor and the maintenance. So we've got some expensive machinery. We should think about looking after it. Machines will deteriorate with use and will need regular repairing from time to time. Hire a janitor. We've got Andrew Mayonnaise, Archibald Bork, Antonia Binge. Who comes up with these names? Okay, we're going to go for Antonia Binge because she is a natural mentor. She likes to argue and she's an exceptional passenger. Completely irrelevant to the job of janitoring. Now, they did ask me to get a fire extinguisher as well, so I'm going to go ahead and get the fire extinguisher. All right, perfect. Okay, cool. This is good. Keeping people happy. It's important to keep your staff and patients happy. And they need food, drinks, comfy seats between appointments. Okay, that's fair enough. Place some items in the waiting room to make it nice for them. Okay, so let's have a look. We can give them some benches, because I think that would be quite nice for the people who need to sit down, especially if they're suffering from gout. Of course, you need to be able to rest your feet sometimes. And I think we'll get a drinks machine as well, because that's an often money-making scheme. And we'll get a bin, because I don't want my hospital to be dirty. Leaflet stands are often a really good way of getting patient education. So I'm going to put one of those in as well. And a plant, because you know what? They contribute to oxygen levels. Let's put one in the doctor's office and the pharmacy. There we go, done. Good news, we've cured 5 patients. This is exactly like Theme Hospital back in the day. Oh my gosh, I clocked that game like 3 times over. And more recently, I clocked it like 5 years ago. So yes, I have played it recently. Let's have a look and see what Dr. Nora is up to today. How's she going? Well, she is happy. And yeah, she's looking good. She's looking through some files at the moment. That's cool. So I need to place 1 snack machine. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I hope they're healthy snacks. So it's telling me that I need to get a staff room because, of course, Dr. Nora needs to put her feet up sometimes. Let's do it. Dr. Nora, I'm going to really treat you with a nice staff room. And staff rooms are really important. Your staff are going to feel so much better if it's a big room. Well, that is really good advice from the receptionist. She just said, in the event of an epidemic, don't panic. You know, good on her. It's awesome. Okay, so we've got a sofa. And I'm going to put another sofa as well. This is identical to that old game. It's great. I love it. I'm going to put some lockers in there as well because everyone needs to keep their stuff safe. Put some... let's put a drinks machine in there for the doctors. And a snack machine. Great, there we go. It's a really basic staff room, but it's better than nothing. And so now I need to make some toilets. Of course, toilets are so important, and I've got to make sure that they are disabled friendly as well. Here we go. Let's put the toilets over here. These toilets are actually better than the ones in the previous theme hospital because they're actual toilets, whereas the other ones were just like the toilet and the sink. These ones actually have privacy. I remember the last ones, like you just peed in front of somebody else, which is quite funny. Further diagnosis. We're hearing reports of a new illness in town. These might be hard to diagnose. We may need to build a new diagnosis room. If a GP isn't certain, they will send a patient for further diagnosis. That does happen a lot in general practice. You know, you don't always have the answers, and sometimes you do just need to send your patient to another doctor for some more assessment and diagnosis. So far, you know, it's kind of true to life. General diagnosis is on lock. Okay, Great. So I'm going to build a new room. And that basically just has an ECG and a bed in it. So that's pretty basic, actually. But, you know, ECGs can tell all sorts of things, like heart attacks. If you're having chest pain, then an ECG can tell if you're having an heart attack. So you can't discredit an ECG machine. They're vital in medicine. Perfect. So I've got to cure 2 patients now. Let's see. I've cured 1 already. Let's see how we go with the next. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. What's this guy up to? Looks a bit lost. So, oh, this is my janitor. He's just not doing anything. That's what happens when you employ too many staff. They just walk around doing nothing all day. I might actually hire another nurse because I think that's sensible. Nurse is required for this room. My own nurse. So I've got Sylvia Lynx, who is unhygienic. She's got green fingers. She's a class clown and thinks clowns probably have feelings. I'm not sure I want somebody who is unhygienic. So, oh gosh, these are all rubbish. Okay, let's get this guy. He looks pretty decent. Ace Hero. With a name called Ace Hero, why would you not hire him? Okay, there is a news flash. There's a peculiar new illness in town, lightheadedness. We are going to need some expensive new equipment to deal with this. Continue expanding the hospital to unlock the treatment room. We may also need another GP's office and some more staff to keep an eye on top of things. Lightheadedness is something that happens to a lot of people, and it can be due to a number of different reasons. Firstly, from low blood pressure to more sinister things like heart problems as well. If your heart's not beating well, then you can also suffer from lightheadedness. But similarly as well, if you have low blood sugar as well, then you may get feelings of lightheadedness. So that is something that if you do have, that you ought to seek medical advice for ASAP. So let's take a look and see how 2 Point Hospital deals with lightheadedness. And, oh, I've got a ward. A ward is now available for me, so I'm going to open that up as well. Great, that's that done. And now we need to do another, let's see what else we've got available. We'll do another GP's office because they're important. Important people, GPs. Always treat your GP nicely. Great. So there we have it. I've got a second GP consultation room now. I just need to get another doctor on board. Let's see who I'm going to choose. I've got Francis Pollard, who is the boy next door, which could be a bit of a heartthrob. He's hangry. Now that is something that can happen to a lot of people where they get angry and hungry, so it's important that you take regular meal breaks. And he misinterprets himself on dating sites. Okay. You know what? Let's just hire him because he sounds like a cool dude. Okay. What else have we got to build? Let's have a look. Let's get some more chairs because I have a lot of patients who are elderly and they need to sit down. So I think that's only fair. And let's get a drinks machine. And a snack machine as well. Some bins. And some plugs. Okay, cool. So I think we are done now with that. Ooh, fun. Oh no, there's someone who's sick and dying. Oh dear. That does not look good. What's wrong with this dude? Let's follow him. You know what, let's take a follow through of a patient in Dr. Nora's hospital. Treatment failed. Bed face. Oh dear, I think he's about to die. Right, okay. So I think this guy has actually got lightheadedness, which we need a room for, and I don't have that room, so I'm going to build that for him now. Deluxe clinic. Okay, let's do it. So it'd be interesting to see how they treat lightheadedness in this hospital. Let's take a look. Okay. So when we're looking at lightheadedness in 2 Point Hospital, we are literally looking at people who have got light bulbs on their head. This is such an amusing game. I love it. Let's take a look. So he's gone into Dr. Ace Hero and he's going to sit on the chair. Let's see what happens. It looks painful. Wow, so they've just took off his light bulb of the head and they've 3D printed him a brand new head. And hey presto, there you have it. The guy has been treated. That is awesome. That is literally the treatment of tomorrow. 3D printing is responsible for so much cool stuff that's going to be happening. Stem cell therapy, knee replacement, joint replacements. It's an exciting world to live in, and it's an exciting world to be a doctor. Now, I have a bit of a ghost going around. Okay, I think I'm going to get my first patient there. It's a sad fact in life that you can't treat everyone, unfortunately, as much and as hard as you try. Sadly, sometimes it's just not enough. Okay, he's just haunting me. Okay, he's gone now. He was just haunting my hospital for about 5 minutes, which is fine. Okay, we've cured 20 patients in total. Fantastic. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So I need to cure 3 patients with lightheadedness. That's easy. 5 messages. Sad news, our first patient death. Patients can die if treatment fails or if they're waiting too long and their health deteriorates. Oh dear. Okay, there's also a chance the patient will return to haunt the hospital. If this happens, we'll need a janitor with ghost capture qualifications. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Oh, okay, I think I need to employ another janitor because I've got little puddles of ghost people on the floor, which is weird. Ooh, I've got a letter. Dear Hospital Administrator, 1-star hospital. 1 star, oh God. Congratulations, your hospital has been awarded a 1-star rating. That's 1 out of a possible 3 by the 2 Point Hospital Health Ministry. I have retrieved your file from my bin to celebrate. Oh gee, how to make someone feel wanted and you know, appreciated. Continue to develop your enterprise in the hog sport for further esteem and trinkets if you believe that you're capable of more. Alternatively, run before you can walk and begin to expand your organization by opening a new hospital in Lower Bollocks. The choice, as I say, is yours. Well, this is quite an interesting game. So I think I have completed the tutorial. Yeah, I've completed the tutorial level and it's now to open up a brand new hospital. I have to say, so far, there are some similarities to real life medicine. However, the words are slightly on a play with the actual diagnoses. But it is fairly, so far, it seems to be fairly true to what you have to do. You've got to have janitors, you've got to have pharmacists, you've got to have nurses, you've got to have general practitioners, you've got to have a ward, you've got to have, oh my goodness, a pharmacy. There's a whole heap of things. So that is true. Now, join me as I go on to the next level and we'll see how we evolve. I love this game. I'll be ready to run my own hospital in no time. Okay. There we go. So I think I just need to go to the map. There we go. So this is where the fun really starts. Now it's called Lower Bollocks. I'm really sorry if this sounds offensive. Whew, I'm ready, I'm pumped, I'm ready to go. Okay, staff qualifications. Welcome, this is level 2 now. Welcome to Lower Bollocks. It's a lovely little village with a big problem. A significant proportion of the population believe themselves to be rock stars. There's only one thing that can cure this: psychiatry. Wow, now that is something that is true to life. You do have patients who do often feel that they may be something that they're not, and they may have grandiose ideas such as being rock stars or believing that they're millionaires, and then they can go on and spend lots and lots of money without actually realizing that they don't have as much money as they believe. Now, the best treatment for this is to see a psychiatrist to put them on medication, or whether to continue on with sort of psychological therapies such as counseling therapies and CBT, which is otherwise known as cognitive behavioral therapy. So I'd say that that is pretty true to life. That does happen, and the psychiatrist is the best person to treat that. Only doctors with a psychiatry qualification will be able to diagnose and treat people in the psychiatry room. I did spend a good 6 months in a psychiatric hospital, and I have to say it was one of the most insightful placements that I ever did. You meet all sorts of people from all walks of life, rich and poor, rock stars and actual celebrities. But at the end of the day, they all came and they needed help because of one mental condition or another. And it's really important to realize that mental health affects a large proportion of people, and regardless of your background or regardless of your social status, it is a real disease and it's a real problem that needs help. If you are somebody who does suffer and you think you suffer from depression or low mood or indeed have troubles with spending money and so on, it's really important that you do speak to a general practitioner to aid you to see a psychiatrist. Now, let's get back to the game and see how we go from here. Okay, so I've got a psychiatry room is unlocked. Now build an impressive psychiatric room to keep people happy, which is true. Very, very true. So I can buy land in this place. I've got 150,000, so I need to be careful with my money. It's very important as a hospital administrator that you are careful. So what have we got here? We've already got a GP room. That's cool. Great, so I've got a GP room, so really now I just need to go ahead and buy the other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just get everything sorted. Okay, now we're going to build that psychiatry room, because that's how we roll. Nice and big. That's actually not untrue of how psychiatry rooms actually look like. They generally tend to have a chair and a sofa. All right, we're starting to look a bit more like a hospital now. So I've got a ward, I've got a diagnosis room, I've got some toilets, a psychiatry area, a Electrolux deluxe room, and a pharmacy, as well as a GP office, of course. Pop some flowers in there. Okay, good. So I need to upgrade a machine now, which does happen. Like, you do need to constantly upgrade your machinery and also to upgrade your knowledge as a doctor and a practitioner as well. I really like how the janitor upgrades the machines. He literally just gets a spanner and starts hitting it. That's obviously not true at all to real life. Just trying to work out why these people are hanging around. I mean, that's the thing with hospitals. Sometimes people just hang around in hospitals because they're just not sure where to go. Hospitals can be a really confusing place for a lot of people. You know, sometimes people, it's just, they're so huge. You just don't know where to go. You don't know where to sit. And very often you can be waiting for somebody who's got a hospital appointment. You can be waiting for hours because sometimes clinics run late and you just have to wait for hours and hours on end. I think that's a worldwide thing. I've never been to a hospital or never heard someone tell me of an experience where they've had an appointment through the public system and they've been seen at the time that they should have been seen. It's very unlikely, because doctors love to give their heart and soul into each patient, and if they do a rough or a quick job, then they don't do that, or they may not be able to do that. And so by spending as much time as they need to, they're able to give that good quality of care, which is fantastic. And I think that's something that we need to commend doctors for, and understand that if they do run late, it's fine. It's always for a good reason. So I'm just waiting for my machines to get upgraded, which I think we're almost there. Perfect. I've upgraded one machine, so now I am onto my next level. So I've got to buy another plot of land. That's cool. I can do that. 74,000 and 50,000. Gosh, I'm running out of money. 25,000. Okay, I could do 25,000. 50,000. I think we're going to do a 25,000 spend because I don't have much. There we go. $14 days left. Looked like it was a playground. Fortunately, that does happen sometimes. You have to get rid of some nice things. The good thing about this game is that days go by like in a matter of minutes, which is great. Okay, so I've just built a new area, which is great. Cure 3 patients in the PANS lab. New illness, bog warts, discovered. A rather disgusting skin condition caused by filthy toilets. It can be cured with an expensive cocktail of drugs carefully placed in the pharmacy. Bog warts. bog equals toilets and warts equals warts, or with witchcraft. Okay, this I can understand. Warts, they are highly contagious. Little children tend to get them from one another. They can also be caught in public spaces such as toilets and such as swimming pools as well. Warts on the feet are particularly hard to get rid of. You can use things like bazooka, but ultimately you probably need to get something called cryo spraying, which is where the water is frozen off using a special gun that your GP has, and it basically just squirts out liquid nitrogen to kill off those cells of the wart. And then eventually what will happen is you get a blister and that skin peels away, and that is it, it's gone. But they are contagious, and if you are going to a public area where there's showers or toilets, I always recommend wearing some flip-flops or some sandals to protect your feet, because they are notoriously hard to get rid of. So yes, that one is true to life. What's this guy doing? This guy has got verbal diarrhea. Okay, that is something that can happen in real life. I'm sure lots of you out there have had somebody who has been diagnosed with that. Okay, we've got a new message, so let's take a look. Okay, reporter visit. 2-point radios, resident person that isn't often there because they're a reporter. Sally Fig Blanket has requested a press pass to come and visit the hospital. We definitely don't have anything like that, but some publicity could be good for us. If she's impressed with the hospital, it could be a good for our reputation. What do you think? Challenge, impress the VIP with a nice hospital. Rewards 8 rep K10. I'm going to do it because I think my hospital's good. Let's do it. I'm going to do it. Think as long as there's nobody vomiting, we don't have any vomiting bugs, then we should be okay to impress this lady that's coming. Do I need to do anything else? Let's have a look room-wise. We've got a GP's office, we've got a pharmacy, got psychiatry, got toilets. PANS lab. Cures patients with pandemic. Removes pans from the head stuck within them. Okay, that one is not something that I've seen in real life. Cure 3 patients in PANS lab, and the radio reporter is just arriving right now. I suppose that could happen in real life. You do often get the media coming to hospitals to report, and they do sort of interviews with doctors and so on. Of course, it has to be on invitation only, but generally speaking, unless it's a bad thing, then usually it's seen in good light. Okay, so the radio reporter's first port of call is, of course, the GP's office, because, as I said before, GPs are your first port of call for everything. So she will hopefully be impressed by Dr. Nora, who was sitting there at the moment. Let's see where she's gone. Okay, she was happy. She seemed to come out and she's walking with a good stride. Let's follow her around. So she's gone now to the nurse's station. She's like, wow, your nurse's station is just amazing. Oh, mind blown. And now she is on her way to maybe the staff room. She's giving us a thumbs up. So I'm just being told that I need to build another GP's clinic because there's too many patients waiting. So I'm going to just go ahead and build that because I do think it's really important to have enough GPs. Let's give them a lightheaded. There we go. So my news reporter lady is visiting psychiatry, which I think she's going to be really happy. Okay, so I can apparently see what I'm treating. So let's take a look. Illnesses. So I've been treating mock stars, my 90%, verbal diarrhea, lazy bones, porter's head, lightheadedness, bogwarts, and pandemic. Fair enough. I'm doing well. Okay, my reporter lady is now going in. Actually, the reporter lady is being quite inconsiderate. She's actually walking into the GP's office when the GP's got a patient, which is a massive breach in confidentiality. So that is a complete no-no as far as I'm concerned. She should really know better. I should be in my right mind to kick her out of my hospital. It's very naughty. Well, she's now going to the toilet. She's just looking at the toilet. Didn't realise that she was a health inspector as well. But, you know, she's now leaving the hospital. So we'll see how impressed she was. I did see her give me a thumbs up. So hopefully that's okay. Okay, now let's take a little look at the PANS lab. So this one is apparently where patients have pans stuck in their head. Now again, this one isn't true to reality. I have not come across a patient who's come to me with a pan stuck in their head. Yeah. Let's take a look. Publicity update. Okay. Sally Fig Blanket's latest county roundup just went live. Maybe it was a slow news day, but we get a nice big positive mention in it. This is good publicity for the hospital, but I wonder if it could be better. Challenge. Impress the VIP with a nice hospital, so we have earned some rewards. That's what you get, guys. That's awesome. So I think we're doing good. I'm just waiting now to get my next level up, which I think I need to build more rooms, hire more and better qualified staff, and promote and train your existing staff. So that's interesting. How can we do that? Grant Hunt. Sounds like Jeremy Hunt, this one. He's a junior doctor, funnily enough. All right. So here we have it. I have got a letter from the hospital, from the health minister. Dear Hospital Administrator, 1-star hospital. Congratulations, your hospital has been awarded a 1-star. By the 2-point health ministry lightning, you've made a mockery of your detractors by striking a second time. You are commended on your endeavours into the inner workings of machines and the human mind, respectively. Now focus on budding 2-headed empire, or add a 3rd head by opening a new hospital in Fottering, as it's currently not much of an empire. Okay, I actually think for this I'm going to continue getting 3 stars for this level, because that's the top level you can get. So rather than opening another new hospital, I'm going to continue with this. And this particular, actually this is quite interesting, because this cardiology lab that I'm just building up now actually has a treadmill. Now you might be thinking, why on earth is there a treadmill in the cardiology room? Well, the treadmill we can actually use to diagnose things like irregular heartbeats and whether or not the heart is under strain during exercise, and that can help us lead us to diagnoses such as angina. So although it might look funny to have a treadmill in a consultation room, it's actually a vital part of diagnosing if somebody's heart is functioning well. So there you have it. Next time you see the treadmill inside the cardiology room, you'll think, why on earth are they doing that? It's because it helps with diagnosis of irregular heartbeats, angina, and to see how well your ticker is doing. Vital. Okay, so I've got, I think it's the end of the year, 2-point County Healthcare Award Ceremony. So we have got, I don't believe we've got any awards. Let's have a look. Open all. Oh no, we've got Doctor of the Year, we've got Nurse of the Year, and we've got Patient's Choice. Fantastic. Ooh. Yes, that is a woo moment indeed. Dr. Nora was Doctor of the Year, so you're in safe hands, guys. You're in safe hands. Okay, guys, so there you have it. That is just a brief tour of 2-Point Hospital from a doctor's perspective. I have to say, there are some likeness to reality. Yes, the hospitals are mayhem and they're hectic places and there's people rushing around in different places, but each room serves its own purpose. There is some likeness to reality in terms of the diseases that they're offering, such as gout and lightheadedness. But obviously they are a spin on words and they're not real. It's actually been really fun playing this game, I have to say. I'm really looking forward to playing the rest of it and building my empire of my hospital, and I cannot wait to share with you more insights on this game. It's been about, I think, half an hour to 40 minutes. It's time to take a break because, of course, you must always play games responsibly. So for now, I'm off to take a break. Take care and stay healthy. Let's see what's inside her. So pixelated because it can be quite gory. Let's see what they're going to do. They've got the light adjusted, which is very true. I mean, usually you do tend to use surgical tools. He's just using his hands. And he's taking out the rubber ducky. And he's stitching her back up now. And she's off to go. Thumbs up, all done.